Hello everybody guys, welcome back again for another tutorial for OBS. My name is Mike Jones. I'm here with you again. If you ever have any questions or concerns, you can contact me by commenting on this video at youtube.com/coachjones. You can also contact me by email through mikejones@wacoisd.org. Let's see. Oh, that's about as high as I can go. And then at Twitter at ForensicsTeacher there on Twitter. So guys, this is for Waco ISD, another tutorial on how to use the OBS program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create your very first scene. So to do so, we're going to go into the tutorial mode with the crazy inception screen, but then I'm also going to change it up and kind of make it a little bit easier for you to follow what I'm doing step by step. So here we go, everybody. Let's transition now and check out. We've got a new one. Yes, there it goes. So all kinds of things can happen. So first thing I want to do to help you guys see what I'm doing is I'm going to go into the mode called studio mode, which is right here above my finger. So when I click on that, I now get two screens. Okay, I have the program screen, which is over on that side, and I have the preview, which is over here. So this is what I'm going to be transitioning to. This is what I'm currently broadcasting over here. So to make this make more sense, I'm going to go ahead and make myself disappear. And the way you do that is you take your sources, and there's a little eyeball. And once I click that eyeball, I go away. But that is not happening on the recording side because I have clicked for it to. So if I transition, do all the things, click the button again, we hit transition. Now it will take me to that. So let's do this step by step. First, if we want to create a scene, this will be a digital space. That's what you're seeing up in here and over here. Okay, we have to hit this plus sign. It will come up with an option that says add scene. Please enter the name of your scene. I'm going to call this demo because we're demoing how to create a scene. And we get this black space right here. So this is where we're going to be focusing. You will also notice that down in my options for scenes and sources now has nothing there. Okay, that's why we have a black screen here. All right, so let's put in our first source. So when you click this plus sign, you'll get this long list. Okay, the ones that you are going to be concerned with are going to be browser, display capture, image slideshow, potentially, media source, text, video capture device. You could go into window capture, but that list of sources are going to be the ones that you're going to use the most. So let's start with make some very simple things. Let's start off with a background. Well, I have an image saved on my computer, so I'm going to click image. Now, here's a nice piece of it all. I have the option of creating a new or adding an existing image that I have saved to this program. So let's say in my background, I would really like to put the Waco ISD logo back in there. Well, I already have that set up, so it's under add existing. But if I want to create new, there we go. I'm going to title my image. So I'm going to say demo background. Okay, your list will be empty if you have not added any of this type of source to OBS before. All right, and then we get a new window that allows me to browse my computer for images. So I am going to go into, I have a section for some projects that I do that have some images, and there are backgrounds. So let's say I want to make something that has a little bit of athletics feel to it. Let's see, I know I have one here somewhere. Okay, here we go. Here is a field image. You can see it here previewed. You also see that it popped in over here on our blank scene. And I'm going to hit OK. All right. It has a red box. It is draggable. It will pop into different spaces. Like it will pop in line with the side, the top, the corner, things of that nature. So I'm going to make this larger because, again, I want this to be my background. Sorry, this new cursor to allow you guys to see it better is new, so I'm getting used to it, everybody. So please bear with me as I try to get this to resize. Okay, come on. My goodness, what am I doing? Alright, well, let's do this. Let me get out of... Well, let's just leave it in studio mode, because then you won't be able to see anything. Alright, so here we go. Oh, nope. Alright, let's do a transition over to it. And what we'll do is we'll keep this here. There we go. So now we can see I've transitioned into it. And I still can't reset. There we go. Now we got it working. I apologize for that, everybody. So now that I've got it working, you see that when I go full, it doesn't fill up the whole screen. Well, look, I have the beauty of making this image larger than the space I'm recording. And I can position that image in a way that makes sense to what I want to make. So I'm using only part of the image. So now when I transition to that, this is what is being recorded. So let me go back to here. And we'll transition, and we'll get it all back the way it needs to be. So here we go. So here's our workspace one more time, and here's our current recording so that you can see everything that I'm doing. But now we have a background image. That demo background, I can lock that in place. I click that little lock button, and those lines that show that it's outside of the working space go away. And now this is right here like normal in my space. I can also click the eyeball and make it go away or reappear. So now I need to include me. I want to put me in my video. Well, that's another type of source. So back to the plus, and we're going to go into video capture device. All right, I have this saved in here already, but if you do not have it already set up, you will click create new, title it. I would highly recommend to call it the type of camera that you have plugged in, or call it laptop webcam if it's something built in. But to keep my system from getting confused, I'm going to go ahead and use my existing one that's called Chroma Cam, and I'm going to hit OK. And so now I get my screen here. All right. Now let me go ahead and turn off everything that I have set up. So you see that I am actually in front of a green background. We'll go over green screening in another video and how to do that, but right now this is probably what you are going to look like. You're going to look something similar to this. So you can resize yourself small, you can be full screen. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to put me over here in this bottom corner. It's just kind of like where I like to hang out. So now I have me, the teacher. Excuse me. Okay. Well, now we need to include our instructional material. Okay, so I'm limited to this frame right here, okay, within what you can see, because you can't see me go past that. But the rest of the remaining space, I want to have some kind of content that I'm teaching the kids, whether it be a PowerPoint or something along those lines. If it's a Google program, this gets really, really easy. Because what we're going to run into a lot of is that you need OBS with multiple monitors is preferred. You don't have to, you just may have to start your recording with the OBS program up and then pull up the things in front. Just let it record in the background while you just click through your slideshow and talk about it. If you have multiple monitors, you can actually go through and create what is called a display capture. We are going to capture what is being shown on the computer itself on one of my displays. Well, my computer here at home, and we're going to go demo display, create the new one, and hit OK. In this window, there's a drop down that will show you all screens. I have 4 total screens on my computer at home. This one is my main monitor. I can click on the second one. It is a vertical monitor. Third one is a square monitor. And then the last one is a larger piece. This is where I currently have my slideshow that you might recognize from the very first intro video. And I'm going to See if I can resize it, if I can get that to work for me. We got it earlier. Come on, thing. This new cursor is quite, been quite an interesting feat. It has done great to make it easier to see, but it does make it tough to actually click on these fine details. So, if you decide that you want a cursor that's a little bit different than normal, then be sure to be careful and play with it first before you go using it. You might find yourself in the same predicament I'm having. Alright, but let's leave it like that just for time's sake. But look how I'm being covered now. Well, here's the beauty of what we have to work with. Down back into that sources. Okay, demo display is on top, then it's chroma cam, then it's the background. If I wanted the background to cover everything, I'm going to hit this up arrow. And it's going to move up layer by layer, or down layer by layer, depending on which one I press. But I want my camera to be in front of the PowerPoint, so I'm going to move it up one spot, and now it is layered with me on top, then it's the presentation, and then it's the background. So that layering is going to be important for putting in your things to where they can be seen very easily. Alright, and so now I move my cursor over to the screen that I'm display capturing, and I can go through my slideshow at my own pace. I can even go through websites, show off my Google Drive if I need to. Whatever is on that display will show up here. Okay? Well, let me make that one go away for a moment. And let me show you another option. Another option to do a very similar thing. We're going to hit the plus sign, and we're going to click what is called a window capture. Window capture is going to be capturing a single window that is open on your PC. Now, you do have to find the correct one here in the drop-down, and you may not see everything. So this is my Google Slides, okay, and you see that it is not it is not really finding that presentation very well. So this is one of those things you'll have to play with and see if it works for you. Okay. Yeah, and you see that it is not posting for me. So don't worry if that's the case. There are always other ways. So this window will not work for my slideshow. It might work for you. But let's say, okay, hit OK. Let's say I have this here. Let me make it where you can see me again. Excuse the summer cold, everybody. So, it's not working. But I want to do something else that looked like it might work. So, well, let me change that by clicking on it. Right-clicking a second time. So, left-click to select it. Right-click to go into these options. And let's go into priorities. This is where you get back to that same screen when you set it up. And we can choose something different. So let me click on Pretzel. Okay, Pretzel is not coming through. That is a program, not a window. But I do have, excuse me, this window open on my PC. This is where my videos get stored. And I organize them. You can record that window in your video. Okay, so this doesn't always work for exactly what you want. However, you can play with it and get some really neat things and pull things into your video that might be minimized or in another location, and you can allow people to see that. Okay, so this is probably the most difficult part is getting that window capture, as well as that display capture. So I'm going to make that go away and disappear by hitting the eyeball. And let's say I want to add a video or a sound bite or something to my scene. Let's say I want to add a song. I have got a specific song I want to play when this scene comes up. Well, that's called a media source. Media source, demo media. Okay, we're gonna go and find some type of media source. Let me see, sound effects. Let's go into songs. Let's see what I have under songs. Alright, we're going to choose this one. Now, here's what's going to happen next. I need to decide, do I want this song to continue to play over and over and over again until I change scenes, or do I only want it to play one time when I go there? So I'm going to turn off my background music. We're going to input this here. We're going to hit OK. All right, once we do that, okay, we're going to transition away. We're going to transition to it.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
You see,
Don't hurt
it is
me
playing.
no more.
I'm currently not hearing it, but I have a feeling that it is being heard. All right, so this demo media, I can go into properties, I can tell it to loop. All right, and it will continue to loop over and over and over again.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Turn that down just in case if that's coming through, because I currently cannot hear this, so it is probably not coming in through the recording. Well, if you run into that, there are audio properties. Okay, these advanced audio properties. We want to make sure that that demo media is doing what is called monitor and output. If we do that, let's go and transition back to it. You should start to hear it. If that doesn't work, then maybe that sound needs to be played in another program, like one like this that you see I'm moving around called Pretzel. That could just play in the background and it takes care of it for you. But you do have the option if you can get that that music and things to work. Okay, so that media can go away. There it goes. Alright, so now we've created these things that I didn't want. So let me go back in here, and there's our preview. Let's transition to it, and then we'll look this way. We can actually adjust things. I don't want this demo media anymore. It didn't work. I don't like it. I'm going to hit the minus button to delete it. Say yes. It is now gone. Same thing for that window capture that didn't work. Turn these things back on. They didn't really work all that well. But if you look, something did work. That display worked. So that window capture couldn't get my presentation. Gonna get rid of it. Don't need the mess. Now I have the display capture. And that's the one that I can actually adjust and make happen. So I want to keep it. But let's say I have a downloaded video. Okay, because videos actually work really, really well with media sources. Media source, demo media 2. I'm going to go and find a video from this series that we've created. I'm going to go to that hard drive where I have it stored. Go into videos. And then I'm going to go and find one. So let's throw in this test review. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. And now when I transition,
well, hello again,
we
Science
get that
Warriors.
video.
Guys, today we're going to be going through our review
Video
for
is
our
right up
force
here.
and
Let me make sure that it is
exam.
down as
We're
well.
gonna get down
Okay,
to
that can be very
test
loud
view. We're gonna
at
work
times. So,
you guys
so
to
now
make sure that you
I'm
are
able to
thinking
move it to
through
where I
and
want,
able to solve
and I can
all of these types of
transition,
problems
and it will actually
questions
fix it
correctly.
here in studio
So
mode.
let's go ahead
In
and
regular
start.
mode, this will all happen live as you do it. Studio mode is one where you kind of get that chance to mess with it some.
All right, you guys. So first,
Okay,
make sure
so if I wanted that video to wait, all I'd have to do is before I start my recording is hide that video.
10 points on the test.
Okay, so if I transition to that, all right, the video is now hidden here on this screen. When I transition to it, it will not play automatically in the corner until I click it. Okay, so pretty nice. Now again, studio mode is much different than the regular mode. Regular mode, you're gonna only see the source and the sources of the scene that you are currently seeing in this vicinity. Right now, I've got a program. This is what is coming on, and then the other side, sorry, this way is the preview of what's going on. I can actually adjust that side. Okay, so let's get where we all the things. All right, so we've put together these scenes. This does not look good, but that's where your imagination comes in. I'm going to bring the background music back in, everybody. And we're going to turn off studio mode and let you see here is our traditional view. And then when I go to demo, you will see that it now looks like this when I transition, and that's the recording in the video that I've made for my classroom. And I'm still having the issue with my new cursor, so hopefully you won't have this issue because you're not gonna have changed those settings at all. But anyway, that's kind of some basics of putting together, okay, a background image, your camera if you want to use your camera, and then of course have something to teach your kids. If you don't want your camera, don't use a camera. You do not have to use a camera. For instance, I'm turning mine off right now. Now we just have this, and I'm going to teach from the slideshow. Boom. As long as you have something to record your audio, you can teach. Okay, I prefer a camera because I believe that it adds to the students something to see, something to hold on to that kind of mimics the classroom. But that's a personal opinion of mine, and I've gotten used to being in front of it. So don't feel that you have to do anything exactly like how I do it. Alright, you guys, this video has turned out to be quite long, so let's take it out back to the main screen and let's wrap things up. Ooh, forgot. We turned off the green screen stuff. Alright, hold on one moment. There we go. Alright, so I know that was kind of a lot, and I'm sorry for the technical issues, but the basics are all there. Those are your basic sources. If you have questions about other specific sources, you can put them down in the comments below. You can also hit me up by hitting up that comment section here. Others may be able to help you out as well. You can also email me or contact me on Twitter here at Forensic Teacher. We're on Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I apologize for this one being a long one, but this building sections of these videos, they can take a lot because once you get used to it, you know how to get around a lot of the hiccups, but they can still occur. So it just takes a little bit of some problem-solving skills, and you know what? That's what we want to teach our kids anyway, so let's use ours too and make them even better for them. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I really appreciate your time on how to make a scene and add sources to that scene. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Hope you have a good one. Thank you again for everything. We'll see you later. Peace.